choppers, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on...
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They'll have a former Heisman Trophy winner calling the shots, hailing from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, Marcus Mariota.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run, because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. To throw is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Big hold to the 30. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
And Jackson throwing once more. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 all the way down at the 21-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Dancing to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. From the gun, it's Jackson. And Oliver, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Now Jackson flushed out right, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays. But
that's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Ravens. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
This will be caught by Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. 2nd quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 2nd quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. Now Mariota as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a 1st. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another 1st down with that.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Mike Gesicki. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Titans have once again taken the lead.
Mario's pass complete to Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Tennessee.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing is Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ballgame or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
And so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. They'll run on first down. Mooney. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson, and he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. To throw again is Jack, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 2-point tries, still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 27, Mariota, complete. Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. On third down, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Ravens will get it. First and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, if you...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kevin Byard. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Let's go!
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On first and 10, here's Mariota. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Mariota. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Mariota. And that's caught by Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mariota now to throw on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll throw again. Mariota. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis as the first half is winding down as they have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Being chased out left. He'll run it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So we've reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the...
And got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big game.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. It's Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 40 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Again, Jackson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And the Ravens taking the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing again. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And his throw is incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Eluding the pressure right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jeffrey Simmons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter, and the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, They need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
First down, Tennessee.
Right back to him on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Titans on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Second and 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson buying time to his left. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 4 yards out, as his guys have now moved out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. It's caught. Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and now it's 3rd down. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. He's back to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw, and that is caught by Davis for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point up and through by Myers. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Jackson to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Check. Let's go. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Brown, the lone receiver, left. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Throwing is Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot. So for the Ravens, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis.